Welcome to Story Time with Nana Violet, Holiday Edition. Today we're going to hear a spooky story. Duck and Goose, Honk, Quack, Boo. Duck and Goose sat watching as day slowly became evening. So, Goose, what are you going to be tomorrow? Duck asked. Goose hesitated. Be? Tomorrow? Well, I think I will be myself, Duck. It's important to always be yourself. Very true, Goose. Except for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Halloween. It's the day not to be yourself. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Thistle appeared. Did someone say Halloween? I love Halloween. I'm not telling what my costume is. It's a secret. She quacked. As she sped off into the shadows, she called, "See you tomorrow, and beware the swamp monster." Goose gulped. Swamp monster? Why would she say, beware the swamp monster? Maybe the swamp monster comes out on Halloween? Duck gulped. Duck, I am not a fan of monsters. I don't like monsters either, Goose, but I do like trick-or-treating. Later that night, Goose tried not to think about the swamp monster. A shiver ran up his spine as he watched clouds creep across the moon like ghosts. His beak quaked as he listened to the groaning wind rattle the branches. Duck closed his eyes, and he thought about a bag full of treats. The next day was Halloween. Duck got ready to go trick-or-treating. So did Goose. Meanwhile, Thistle was getting ready too. While Goose waited for Duck, he spotted a scary ghost coming towards him. "Hello, Goose," the ghost called. "Are you ready to go trick-or-treating?" "Who are you?" Goose honked. "It's me, Duck." You look more like a ghost to me," Goose honked. "How do I know you're not a ghost?" "I'm not really a ghost," Duck quacked. "Look at my feet." Gus had to admit no one had feet like Duck. "I'd recognize those feet anywhere," he honked. "Then let's go," Duck quacked. "Do you think we'll see a swamp monster tonight?" Goose asked nervously. "I hope not," Duck quacked. "I hope we see lots of treats." When they reached the edge of the forest, trick-or-treating had already begun. Goose sighed with relief. No monsters in sight. "Hello down there," called a squirrel. "I see a spooky ghost and a brave superhero." "Actually, these are costumes. We are Duck and Goose," honked Goose. "Trick or treat," quacked Duck. "Excuse me," said a friendly daisy. "Did you say you are Duck and Goose? I just met a swamp monster who's looking for you." Goose froze. "A swamp monster?" he asked. "Duck, why would a swamp monster be looking for us?" "I don't know, Goose, and I don't want to know." "Oh, there's the swamp monster now," said the friendly daisy, "and it's heading this way." Duck and Goose turned and saw the scariest, slimiest, and most hideous swamp monster ever. "It's after us! Run, Duck, run!" cried Goose. Duck and Goose took cover. They huddled together and were as quiet as they could be. They heard the thump, thump, thump of the swamp monster's footsteps getting closer and closer. "Oh, Duck," Goose groaned, "we're goners." The footsteps suddenly stopped. "Duck? Goose? Is that you?" the swamp monster called. "You're right, Goose," Duck whispered. "We're doomed." Suddenly, Goose remembered his cape and the G on his chest. "Duck, I am a brave superhero, and you are the spookiest ghost I've ever seen. And there are 2 of us and only 1 swamp monster," Goose whispered. "We can scare it away." And with that, the brave superhero and the spooky ghost leapt out from behind the leafy bush. Goose honked his bravest honk, and Duck quacked his scariest quack. "Boo!" they hollered together. "Yikes! You scared me!" the swamp monster quacked. "I've been looking everywhere for you." "Thistle?" Goose honked. "Is that you?" Duck quacked. "How do you like my costume?" asked Thistle. "I told you to beware the swamp monster. Pretty scary, aren't I?" "I've seen scarier," Duck quacked. "We don't scare easily," Goose added. "Well, that's good, because it's time to go trick-or-treating," Thistle quacked. And so the ghost, the brave superhero, and the scariest, slimiest, most hideous swamp monster ever wandered the forest, filling their bags with Halloween treats. Later, back in the meadow, Duck and Goose sorted through their treats. In the light of the moon, they shared Halloween stories about a masked superhero, a spooky ghost, and a swamp monster who wasn't really that scary after all. And that's the end of our story. Take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Duck and Goose. Let's go hunt. Duck and Goose. No way, I ain't hunting no ghost. Duck and Goose. Wouldn't I'm not scared. Let's go hunt some ghosts. Duck and Goose. No way, I ain't hunting ghosts. Ooh-wee, what do you see? Something strange following me. Oh no, let's go fast and super fast. Duck and Goose, we're not scared.
Hi kids, welcome to Story Time with Nana Violet. Today we have a very special fall book for you. It's titled The Legend of Spookley the Square Pumpkin, written by Joe Troiano and illustrated by Susan Bonta.
Let your imagination fly.
One day in the pumpkin patch, the strangest little pumpkin hatched. Spookley wasn't like his friends. Where they had curves, he had ends. Spookley was different. He was odd. He was rare. Spookley the pumpkin wasn't round. He was square. While the round pumpkins had fun rolling along, poor Spookley sat there shaped all wrong. He tried and tried with all his might, but he couldn't budge. He just sat tight. The other pumpkins teased him because he was square. Spookley wished he was round and could roll everywhere. That is, until one night when they all discovered it's fine to be round when the weather is fair, but there are times it's better to be square. Halloween was just a day away when a mighty storm blew across the bay. It tossed the round pumpkins to and fro. It snapped their vines, then off they'd go. Bouncing left, slamming right, banging, bashing, what a sight! Spookley sat there filled with fright, but glad to be a square that night. Suddenly, the fence gave away. 3 pumpkins rolled out into the bay. Spookley knew what must be done. It was up to him. He was the one. He teetered, he tottered, he tipped, he tried, and finally flipped. He was on his side. Again he tipped, again he flopped, again he flipped, and then he stopped. Right in the gap where the fence had snapped. He blocked the way the hole was capped. All the pumpkins shouted, "Hooray!" Spookley the Square Pumpkin had saved the day. Then a pumpkin hit him with a whack. He thought his shell would start to crack. Then another one hit him with a thump, and another one with a smack. Then one by one, a ton of pumpkins piled on the stack with a bang and a bash and a crunch and a crash. And then it all went black. At dawn, when the storm had stopped, the farmer came out and checked his crop. He picked his pumpkins up one by one and laid them out in the warm, dry sun. And when the last was moved away, the farmer could see what had saved the day. An odd-shaped pumpkin, short and dense, was wedged against the broken fence. Its shell was bruised, its stem was too, but there was brave little Spookley, sitting straight and strong and true. Right then and there, the farmer knew of all the seeds he'd ever sown, Spookley's were the most special that had ever grown. And the next year, when it was time to sow, he sowed those seeds in every row. He watered and weeded and watched them grow. And oh, that morning about mid-June, when the pumpkin patch began to bloom, there were tiny pumpkins everywhere, hundreds and hundreds, and most of them square. But some were cubes, some were rectangular, some were flat, and others triangular. There was a bed of bright red ones and 2 rows of blue. There were polka dot pumpkins and rainbow ones too. There were hundreds of colors and hundreds of shapes. Oh, what a garden variety makes. Now every year on Halloween, Spookley's patch is quite a scene. People come from far and near to see what wonders grew that year. They stop, they gawk, they gaze, they stare. Then they pick a pumpkin that's round, triangular, or perfectly square. Now you know the story of how Spookley grew. Maybe someday you'll tell someone too. And they'll go tell someone who'll go tell another. And maybe one day we will all discover you can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover. Until next time, bye-bye.
Come gather round. It's story time.
Hello, my little pumpkins. Welcome to Story Time with Nana Violet. We have a special story for you today. Enjoy! I'm a Little Pumpkin by Hannah Elliott and illustrated by Anna Daviscourt. I'm a little pumpkin. Yes, I am. Here are my green leaves. Here is my stem. When I feel the cool breeze, I will say, fall is coming. Yippee! Hooray! I'm a little pumpkin, smooth and green. Here I will sprout up next to the beans. When the leaves start turning, I will cheer for red and yellow and this time of year. I'm a little pumpkin, round and ripe. I've got a pattern. Here are my stripes. When the trees start rustling, I shout, hi, to squirrels and birds up in the sky. We are little pumpkins, green, round, striped. All of us pumpkins, just different types. When it's harvest time, we will call, Happy Fall to one and all. Happy fall, little pumpkins. Thank you for watching Story Time with Nana Violet. Bye-bye.
Gather round. It's story time with Nana. She'll take us on a journey like no other. With every word she speaks, our dreams come alive. Story time with Nana. Let your imagination fly.